It is not enough to hate the president. It is not enough to hate parliament. You can call them MPs, you can call them crooks, you can call the president Gidinji, Mchinjaji, you can call him Kasongo, but it's not enough to hate these people. If you hate them, you have a reason why you hate them. Maybe it's corruption, or maybe it's incompetence, or maybe it is insensitivity to human life. You have your reason. But now, if you hate them enough, when will you register as a voter? Because these people, they don't put themselves in power. We put them in power through our vote. So when are you registering as a voter to vote against them? Secondly, what if they are running against fellow crooks? What if the popular candidates in your constituency for member of parliament is crook A versus crook B? What if the one running for governor is Muizi A versus Muizi B? What if the ones running for president are two crooks or three crooks? Have you raised leaders from amongst yourselves, leaders of integrity, leaders who are incorruptible, who then can hold these positions of governance? Remember, many revolutions have happened in many countries. Few weeks ago, there was a revolution in Madagascar. They removed the president, Rogelina, but now the military has taken over. We're waiting to see what the military will do with the country. In Algeria, they removed an 80-year-old president and replaced with a 70-year-old president who's replaced with another 70-something-old president, and they all have done nothing. And this was a revolution that removed the president. In Sudan, there was a revolution in 2019. Algeria was also 2019. In Sudan, they removed the president Morara al-Bashir, who had held power for more than 30 years. They replaced with a military leader. Today, more than 150,000 people have died in Sudan. That is more than 100 times the people died in post-election violence in Kenya. It means it's not even enough to remove a president. Even if we successfully march to State House and remove the president, it's still not enough, because a bigger crook than the president you had can occupy a position of governance. What then is the solution, fellow youth? It is number one, register as a voter. Number two, organize yourselves to run for political office. Raise from among yourselves leaders of integrity, of the kind of values that you want to see in the society. And you should remember that there is advantage with youth, there is energy and strength. I am not against old leaders, but old people think differently. The older you get, the more a realist you become. The younger you are, the bigger of a dreamer you are. I, as a young person, and other young leaders, we can dream of Kenya being Singapore, and dreams build great things. But an older person will say, this is how they've been done in the 90s, vitu zimekuanga hivi tangu the 80s wakati wa Moi. Let us do the practical things. So older leaders are good at either maintaining the status quo or making it worse. But younger leaders are dreamers. And dreams build things that are beyond imagination. You need to start believing in yourselves as young people, that you can lead, that you can be the members of parliament. I am even opposed to the laws that make it difficult for somebody to achieve something at a young age. I went to university to study law as a degree. I hoped to either be a great judge or a great lawyer. But I discovered while in the university how difficult actually it was to be that at a young age. The legal profession was actually controlled by age. That to be a senior counsel, you had to have a practice for several years, even if you are more knowledgeable than some senior counsels. That to be a high court judge, you had to have 10 years experience practicing law. So you can imagine going to university for 4 years, 18 months spent at the Kenya School of Law, that's almost 2 years. Then again,